In the heart of a tranquil countryside, nestled among endless stretches of emerald rice paddies, lived a remarkable young boy named Du. His story, though simple in nature, carries profound lessons about the beauty of rural life and the power of finding joy in life's smallest moments. Du's village wasn't just a collection of houses and farms, it was a living, breathing community where every sunrise brought new adventures and every sunset carried stories worth telling. The morning air, crisp and fresh, would carry the harmonious blend of nature's orchestra, roosters announcing the dawn, birds welcoming the day, and the gentle rustle of leaves dancing in the morning breeze. What made Du's story particularly fascinating was his extraordinary ability to find wonder in the ordinary. Each morning, as the first rays of sunlight filtered through his window, he would spring from his bed with an enthusiasm that most people reserve for special occasions. But for Du, every day was special. His mother, a woman of simple grace, would already be in their modest kitchen, preparing his breakfast with ingredients from their garden, a testament to their self-sufficient lifestyle. The breakfast ritual in Du's house wasn't merely about sustenance. It was a daily celebration of their connection to the land. The steam rising from the bowl of perfectly cooked rice, the vibrant colors of freshly harvested vegetables, and the aromatic herbs from their garden. Each element told a story of care, dedication, and love. Du would savor every bite, understanding instinctively that these simple meals carried the essence of his heritage. The journey to school, though familiar, never became routine for Du. Every morning he would walk along the narrow paths between rice paddies, greeting neighbors who had become extended family. The elderly would pause their work to wave, sharing warm smiles that spoke volumes about the community's tight-knit nature. Young children would join him along the way, turning the simple walk into a joyous parade of laughter and chatter. The village school, a modest building that had educated generations, held its own magic. Unlike modern institutions with their sophisticated technology and elaborate facilities, this school's wealth lay in its spirit. The classrooms, though basic, buzzed with energy as children recited lessons in unison, their voices carrying across the fields like a melody of learning and growth. Du's teachers weren't just educators. They were storytellers who opened windows to worlds beyond the village boundaries. Through their tales, Du learned about distant lands, different cultures, and the vast expanse of human experience. These stories planted seeds of curiosity in his young mind. But rather than creating a desire to escape his rural life, they deepened his appreciation for his own heritage. The afternoons in the village held their own special charm. After school, Du and his friends would transform the rice paddy paths into their playground. Their games weren't confined by rules or equipment. They were limited only by their imagination. They would race through the fields, their laughter echoing across the vast expanse of green, their feet kicking up small clouds of dust as they ran. During harvest season, Du would join the entire community in the fields. There was something profound about working alongside people of all ages, everyone contributing to the collective good. The sun would beat down on their backs as they worked, but the shared purpose made the labor feel less like work and more like a celebration of their connection to the land. The village's rhythm followed the seasons, each bringing its own traditions and activities. Spring meant planting new crops and watching the first shoots emerge from the soil. Summer brought long days of tending to the growing plants and cooling off in the nearby stream. Autumn was harvest time, when the entire village would come together in a display of communal spirit. Winter, though quieter, had its own charm, with families gathering around warm fires to share stories and meals. What made Du's experience unique was his ability to find extraordinary beauty in these ordinary moments. Whether he was helping his mother in their vegetable garden, listening to the village elders share ancient wisdom, or simply watching the sunset paint the sky in brilliant colors, he approached each experience with genuine wonder and gratitude. The evenings in Du's house were particularly special. As darkness settled over the village, his family would gather for dinner, sharing not just food but stories of their day. Doe would recount his adventures with enthusiasm, his eyes sparkling as he described the day's discoveries. His parents would listen intently, understanding that these seemingly simple stories were actually chapters in their son's growing understanding of life. Through Doe's eyes, we see the profound value of community, the importance of living in harmony with nature, and the joy that comes from appreciating life's simple pleasures. His story reminds us that true wealth isn't measured in material possessions, but in the richness of relationships, the depth of connections to one's heritage, and the ability to find wonder in the everyday world. As years passed, Doe's love for his village only grew stronger. He began to understand that his home wasn't just a place on a map, it was a way of life, a repository of wisdom passed down through generations, and a testament to the enduring power of community. The rice paddies weren't merely fields for growing crops. They were the stage upon which countless stories of human connection and resilience played out. Doe's story teaches us that sometimes the most meaningful lives are lived in the quietest places, and the most profound lessons come from the simplest experiences. In a world that often equates progress with complexity, Doe's village stands as a reminder that true fulfillment can be found in the basic elements of life: community, nature, and the daily rituals that connect us to both. As we reflect on Doe's story, we are reminded that every place, no matter how small or seemingly ordinary, holds its own magic. It's not the grandeur of our surroundings that matters, but rather our ability to see the beauty in what we have and to appreciate the profound gift of being part of something larger than ourselves.